Hi, hello, welcome, and all that jazz. I'm swatched up already. The video hasn't even started. Hello everyone, it's Kendall here. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're not new around here, what is up? Home, skillet, biscuit. So today's video is very exciting. I feel like I say that every video because I do. So today we are doing a 2018 Best of Beauty. These are products that stood out to me for this year. Some products I've been using the entire year. Some products just came along halfway through. Some of them snuck in at the last minute, and some of them, a lot of them actually, I've never even had the chance to show you guys on camera. I get so many products that I'm just like, oh, I'm out of it. Okay, well, next product. But if I felt some type of way because you left, that's how you know it's love. Also, I tried to wear a lot of it on my face today, and to be honest with you, I really like my makeup today, so. So first, let's start off with skincare. I'm not gonna do it because I know people are like, yes, we know KLAIR'S, you love KLAIR'S. If you're new around here, you don't know that, but I have a collaboration with KLAIR'S that is my favorite skincare products. But like I said, even in videos where I've kind of talked about KLAIR'S, there's other products that I sometimes use along with KLAIR'S, so I wanted to talk about that more so than KLAIR'S because I've made whole videos about that. If you're curious about that, it's all in the description box, the link to my collaboration, the link to that video I'll put down there too so you can see that. I'm not gonna like beat that over I'm not gonna beat that over the head again. Let's talk about some other products that I just haven't had the chance to really focus on as much. This is the Clavu. I've never really talked about the brand Clavu very much. To be honest, I don't like many of their products, or the ones that I've tried, I don't like them that much. But this is the White Pearlization Revitalizing Pearl Treatment Toner. This, I would say, is like a mixture between a toner and a lotion. That's why I like it. For those of you that don't know, I have normal dry skin, and sometimes it's hard to find toners that aren't just a little stripping, to be honest with you, or just don't do anything. It's still really watery, so it doesn't feel like an emulsion or an ampoule, a serum or anything. It's definitely a toner, and it smells so good. That is not a reason to get a skincare product. Flowers in a bowl of milk with sugar. Oh, it smells so good. As far as toners go, this is definitely one of the most softening ones that I own. And it smells good. That is not a reason, but like it's so softening. It's very brightening as well. If you're really into like the 7-step method, like when you put a toner on 7 times and all that jazz, this is actually a really good product to do that, because I feel like this is a really moisturizing toner. Really good for 7-step method, or like multiple applications of toner if you so choose. It does leave a tackiness to the skin, but I just like the way my skin looks and feels. It just feels supple, like mad supple, like bouncing stuff off of my face. But this is like my special I'm feeling bougie toner type day, you know what I mean? No, I did not want to enjoy this, I'll be very straight. It was so funny because this was sent to me by the company. This is Ven Age Reversing All-in-One Concentrate for all skin types. Probably the definition of minimalistic. I think they have 2 products. And at the time when this was sent to me, they only had 1, so this was what they sent to me. An all-in-one skincare product. White tea and just all this like really cool innovative technology that they were like hyping up, yada yada yada. To be honest with you, I'm like reading the card about like, yeah, it's great for this, it's great for that, it fills wrinkles, plumps the skin, it's like rejuvenating, it's brightening, it's blah, blah, blah. I didn't hear none of that because the first thing I saw was $185. $185. Like, I can't. Who's gonna spend $185? I guess if you really didn't have any other form of skincare, this would be what you would use, you know, over everything else. And maybe it would save you money, $185, so you can buy like one product for a toner, a eye cream, a lip cream, a face cream, a sleep mask, like a wrinkle serum, or something to see. Like, it does take the place of a lot of things. But at the time, I was using so many products that I really did enjoy that I couldn't imagine this being worth it until I went traveling more this year. Except for one trip, this was the only product that I would bring. I would bring a cleanser to like wash makeup off, and then I would put this on, and I kind of loved it. I don't think one singular product, no singular product that I use makes my face as soft as this does. This is really good. This is really amazing. It's really convenient. On days when I'm just like, I can't be bothered, you know, put this on, take a shower, good night. Next up are these 2 masks from I'm From. One is the honey mask, and the next is the ginseng mask. So basically, I just like to use these when my skin just needs that extra oomph. I've noticed that's usually when I get off and on planes. Like after I land, I'm like, oh, my skin is like, I didn't like that. I didn't like cabin pressure. That wasn't the thing that I was into. Like, it wasn't, you know, I wasn't a part of that. On my reminder that I have a uterus that comes once a month, my skin just is like super dry and weirdly just irritable and irritated sometimes. So I like to put either of these on. The honey one is definitely more of a moisturizing mask. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like honey, like really good quality honey. Like have you ever had like honey that for some reason was kind of creamy smelling? It's this uber moisturizing mask. It kind of smells like brown sugar actually, more so than it does honey. It feels so soft and supple. And I'm just like, yeah, that's what I needed. I need a little pick-me-up, a little sexy pick-me-up. Only downside to both of these actually, is that neither of them dry down. So you kind of have to devote your time to lying down, sitting in a way that your face isn't dripping, or don't put too much on or it will start to kind of like slide off your face. This one you have to keep on for an hour. So like, you know, put some time aside. And this one is a lot quicker. The ginseng one I just do for overall finicky skin, just when my skin is just off. I feel like it's lacking in nutrients. It's looking dehydrated, not just dry like topically, but just like from the inside like a sponge, just not in a good healthy place. Ginseng is full of nutrients, particularly red ginseng is like full of nutrients that are really good for your body in general. I have a friend, her boyfriend's really into red ginseng, and so she was like trying to get me into it. Oh, it tastes horrible. I tend to grow to like really kind of offensive tastes, honestly. But right now, I'm just not there yet. But we were talking at length about how nutritious red ginseng is. So this is just a way to get like a super dose of red ginseng to the skin, make it more supple, make it more healthy, honestly. And it smells like ginseng. That's strong. You gotta like it. Eastern medicinal tea type smell. I don't mind it. It's just not my favorite type scent. So keep that in mind if that's gonna be on your face for an extended period of time. The red ginseng one, I feel like I kind of recommend to everybody. The honey one, particularly to normal dry skin. Hello, Miss Posture. I got like 80 billion pillows on the seat because I've been sitting here for hours. Like an old woman, my tailbone is screaming. Now let's talk about the thing that I really was just sitting there tortured over. What are my favorite makeup products of this year? Like if I really sat down and said, if someone took it, would I notice if someone took it, if someone stole it, if I ran out, if it broke, would I rebuy it, would I repurchase it, would I feel some type of way? Even the products that I used all the time, I didn't necessarily feel that powerfully about it. And when I realized that, I was like, man, that's kind of sad. It's like a relationship, you know? You see them all the time, so you think they care, but they really don't. And then there was products that I didn't even use as much, but if I found out I didn't have it for some reason, I would feel some type of way. So let's start off with base product. The only foundation that I feel, the only foundation that's not discontinued that I feel particularly powerful about is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I haven't been wearing this as much simply because I didn't have my summer color, and now since it's winter, I can use Tahoe again. I really need to repurchase when I'm tan again to know, so I'm never without this foundation like year round. I want it forever. This is the only foundation that I use for higher coverage makeup. Now, I really liked the Milani 2-in-1 for a long time, but then I ran out and then I just hadn't repurchased it, and I repurchased it recently. I don't really like how that looks on my skin anymore. I know. It's just so heavy and so flat to me now. And that's just not really what I'm into. Whereas this it gives you that full of coverage, but it keeps this kind of like skin-like sheen, which I don't ever want to be without, ever. Not a day in my life. Like, look at that. Okay, first of all this coverage. Also, I feel like Tahoe is a really good color match for me this time of year. And I've kind of talked about Limited about how finding my color and foundation is actually really hard. Either it's too yellow or too red. You know, this is like a yellow with a slight little bit of a green undertone. So it like makes sense on my face this time of year when I don't have really any form of a tan. If you have never purchased a high-end foundation, that is the only one that I feel powerfully about. Not even dewy, just like radiant. Like I drank a lot of water, I said my prayers, I paid my tithes, I'm good to humanity. I gave to Salvation Army for this time of the season, keeping people warm. Mother Teresa. Next up is just sheer foundations. I'm holding the Glossier Skin Tint, but just sheer foundations in general. Weirdly enough, for years, I kind of talked about how I'm just not a huge fan of sheer foundations because it's like, what's the point? Then I just won't wear foundation. Three-ish months, I've been really enjoying this idea of just letting my skin just look good. And I can put a whole lot of makeup on everywhere else if I want to, but like, it's just like cool and like effortless looking skin, which I really like. The NARS one, again, is higher coverage. So if I really want to have more higher coverage, then I'll wear that more often. I'm wearing that today, by the way. But when I want something that's a little bit more lived in, cool girl, cute by chance, not on purpose, sheer foundations. Not a particular one, but just any. And the way that I kind of compartmentalized foundations into higher coverage and lower coverage, I noticed that I had favorites for higher coverage concealers, and then ones that were more like natural skin finish concealers. For higher coverage concealers, we got another NARS product. I really like NARS. Radiant Creamy Concealer really isn't new to a lot of people. Doesn't look makeup-y. It's thicker, it has that kind of radiance the way that the Radiant Longwear foundation does, but it's less of a severe glow. The color that I use under my eye is Caramel for reference. A little bit more natural, less like powdery, as sometimes things that are my highlight tend to look, because people kind of forget those middle shades, which is very annoying. Please stop forgetting them, please. Just saying, as a person that is in those middle shades a lot of times. Coverage be insane. It sits on the skin really well. It never looks patchy or gross or just like dry. The next two concealers actually snuck up on me towards the end of the year. One is the Glossier, what is this actually called? Stretch Concealer. Talked at length of kind of like what I liked about this concealer in my Glossier video, so if you haven't seen that, I'll put that up there. This concealer is just weird. Thin textured, but it's able to pack a lot of pigment in that thin texture and somehow, amazingly, still look like skin wherever you put it. This is a product that I like to use on more sheer days because I feel as though this concealer works better with those types of products. Like I wouldn't use this with Radiant Longwear because that's a higher coverage foundation. I feel like this works really, really well with like tints. Cushion foundations a lot of times tend to be sheerer as well. That's where this shines. I don't feel like it works very well on top of things that already have like a substantial coverage factor, if that makes sense. Or this works really, really well on bare face if you're not wearing any other makeup. I definitely would feel some type of way if it like just no longer existed in my life. I'd feel some type of way if they discontinued it. I'd, probably riot, And the second that stuck up on me is the Don't Settle Kaja Concealer. Thin formula that it doesn't look heavy or cakey. I feel as though this product is kind of like the in-between of Radiant, Creamy, and Glossier. Like it can work on higher coverage foundations, but it can also work really well on its own. Between the three, I feel like weirdly enough, this is the most versatile of all the concealers, and that's why I noticed I found myself using this over and over and over and over and over again. Again, this is by no means a powdery concealer. I've noticed this year I've just geared away from your like shape tapes. I'm just not into that. I've been enjoying these kind of natural concealers. Next up, let's talk powders. This is actually nothing new to my channel. I used this for so long until it broke, and then I just didn't buy it again. And then I would notice that my makeup just wasn't looking as good, but I couldn't put my finger on why until I repurchased this recently, and I was like, oh, that is why. And that is Soft Focus, bruh, from Black Radiance. Shout out to Black Radiance. Black Radiance makes some products that y'all sleeping on. Oh God. I use creamy almond finish under my eye and bronze finish kind of like around the perimeter. Are the best pressed powders. Because again, I was like, oh, they're really, really good, but I'm not gonna repurchase it. Do better, Kendall. You need to repurchase. These are amazing. They're mattifying, but they don't look flat. They're really soft on the skin. It blurs the face out. It looks like Facetune on your face. Sometimes I use these like I bake with something else if I'm feeling fancy, and then use these to wipe it away to just give that overall just perfected. I use these very lightly though. I don't like to go too heavy, too ham on these. because it'll super matte you out if you want that. It feels like a cream on your fingers, like buttery, creamy. If you have tan to dark skin, please do not sleep on Black Radiance in general. Also, these are like cheap. These are like $6 or something like that. Bomb.com. As for loose powder, the only loose powder that really, you know, tickled my pickle was Wowder. Tickled my pickle? Okay. Wowder from Glossier is a weird powder. I don't get it. This is the most natural looking powder I've ever used. Like, you put it on your skin and it's like, oh, skin still, you know? I noticed something after my Glossier video, is that I noticed that Glossier products work best with Glossier or similar products. This is one of those products. Works so well with your sheerer concealers or your sheer skin tint type things. But because that's a look I go for a lot more than I ever did before, like I'd feel some type of way if I wasn't with this, you know what I'm saying? Dupe you? Like, I could look like I'm not wearing makeup if I were to use this to set, because it just looks so much like skin. And that's really an art form to make a product that can achieve that look but still like dye down some of the moisture or the shine that you have. So I really enjoy this. So 2018 for me was certainly the year of nude peach blushes, like not too pink, more rose peach blushes. I have so many blushes that look exactly the same. But there's like two that I reach for over and over and over again. The first one is this one. This is from the Sem. This is Trench Rose. It's the blush I'm wearing today. It's so interesting because this is such a boring color, but every time I wear this blush, every single time, I will have a slew of comments like, what is that? That's so pretty. What is that? It's always this. The Sem is a very inexpensive KBeauty brand. If I recall correctly, this is maybe $6, and it blends really nice. It's just a pretty color. It just sits all pretty on the skin. It's one of those colors that if you used it very generally, it won't look like you got punched in the face. I know last year I was super into red blushes, and I just haven't been feeling that particular tease this year. So it's definitely been the year of this specific blush too. It's like not a whole lot of the other ones that look very similar. It's been this blush. Towards the last few months, it's been this one from 3CE. This is Dotima from the Take a Layer Multi-Pot, which is basically the same color, but it's a cream. Dotima is just a little bit more on the peach as opposed to pink, but very, very similar. It's just a really pretty like nude blush on my skin tone. So if you are looking for blushes that sit really naturally and you have a similar skin tone as mine, these are really, really pretty. Anastasia Amrezy highlighter. The only problem with recommending this is that I believe it's limited edition. I brought it back recently, so I can talk about it a little more. That is one of the smoothest, most flattering gold, champagne goldy highlighters I've ever used. So if anyone's like, hey, what's a high-end highlighter you should try? I will always say, if Amrezy is available, buy like 8. Super smooth, super beaming if you want it to be. Amazing, and it's super flattering on everybody. If you have super pale skin, if you have super dark skin, if you're somewhere in the middle, if you're cool tone, warm tone, it doesn't matter, it's beautiful. This is the It's Skin Gold Dahlia highlighter. In many ways it's similar to the Amrezy one. Like, I feel like Amrezy is very sophisticated, even if it's beaming. This is kind of like her drunk sister that came to the party, and she's cool or whatever, but you just didn't expect that much personality. So this is It's Skin. It's a little bit more yellow gold, like a true yellow gold. The slightest bit of suspended glitter, which usually I'm not a fan of, but it's so minuscule, like the particles are so small that it still overall just looks like shimmer on the skin. I used it very, very lightly today. This reminds me of kind of what Fenty goes for, but I just feel like it's very unwearable a lot of times. Like sometimes it's like, whoa, that's gorgeous, and other times I'm like, what? I feel like this is like a super wearable version of that look, that kind of glitter. So now we're on to eyes. This is actually a little surprising to me as well that this is in here, but when I really sat down and was like, what palettes do I use all the time? Like eyeshadow palettes do I use all the time? I literally had one palette, and it was one that I didn't even talk about that much on this channel. This is the Halika Glossy Play Shadow Palette. It's literally this. How boring is this? And basically just an entire palette of transition shade. When I tell you this is my most used palette, I've traveled with this. I use it when I don't know what to use. And I just find it really funny because I have all these like super extravagant palettes, and it's like, this honestly is the thing. Look at that mirror. That mirror is disgusting. This is what I take with me to travel. This is what I'm like, yeah, I don't want to leave without that. It's bomb.com. It has all the things I need. This brown is deep enough to give me a little bit of definition if I need it, like a little, you know. That's what I used on my eyes today, outside of this shimmery thing on my lid, which I will talk about in a second. It's your 9 to 5 dude, the one that's good to you and brings home the bacon. He's not particularly extravagant. He doesn't have all the cool like bells and whistles, but he's there for you. So yeah, this palette is really dope. By the way, this is an 01 Mature Peach. God, I hate reading English words in Hangul. Mature Peach. It's been the year of KBeauty shimmers. It's been all over the place. I literally was overwhelmed when I really sat down and looked at how many I truly enjoy. First, we have the Twinkle Sugar from KBeauty. These are their glitter cream eyeshadows, and boy, if you've ever tried the Stila Magnificent Metals like cream eyeshadows, these are very, very similar, but they just come in colors that I'm more likely to wear, and they're way less expensive. And these are Rothschild brands. KBeauty is like a drugstore brand in Korea, so a lot of times online I find these on sale. I want to say when I got these, they were like $8 or something each. Number 1, number 2, number 3. This is number 4. This is my favorite. I didn't wear silver glitter until I got this. Number 5, number 6. And they're just so easy to put on, because like when you have glitter in like a cream format, it's like if I want to do a cut crease, I'll just draw it on there. If I want a little light put on my finger, it just like the perfect life full of glitter. Whenever I have like a normal look on, I was like, oh, this is kind of boring. I'm using my like 9 to 5 palette right here. Let's put glitter on it. Also really good are Holika's version. What is theirs called? Eye Metal Glitter. Theirs I feel like are more high impact. What? They're like a mixture of like a metallic shadow with glitter. This was number 3, orange. Number 1, Stellar Dust. Number 4, Fireworks. Big. 2, Rose Burst. I even got my best friend Iris to buy some of the Holika ones, and she was just like, what? This is amazing. Cream glitters or cream metallic shadows. If I'm not doing those, I'm probably in some way using a product like this. This is my favorite brand that does it. These are the Beauty People Flash Fix Pearl Pigment Pack. That's what the gray kind of is. The gray dark color is on my lid is actually one of these. And this is kind of what they look like. A loosely packed glitter. They're just so good. I will say, Beauty People is one of the harder Korean brands to get outside of Korea. I have seen them at like festivals, like Korean focused festivals. Been able to get them from YesStyle, but that's about it. Oh my god, but look at that. Oh, that's so... Oh, that's number 3. Number 4, Starlight. Number 5, Sugar Light, more of like a white or like a silver platinum-y color. Wood Light, Romantic Light, which is like a true proper bronze. That's gorgeous. Moonlight, it's like an antique gold, like an olive gold. And the last one I have is Twilight, which is on my eyes right now. These are loose pigments, so they should be like treated as such. So if you're not particularly familiar, use like a flat, stiff brush or your finger even. I would do your foundation afterwards because they're pigments. I don't think you need a base. I didn't use a base today. You want some more assurance? Use a base. Really enjoying my eye looks. They're really fascinating, really multifaceted, and it's easy. It's really easy. You just put glitter on your eyes and you're like, oh my god, it's a look. Yeah. So It's Superhero, killing the game. I've never really tried products from IT Cosmetics. This came in a BoxyCharm actually. I've never just never been drawn to IT Cosmetics. I'm still not really. It's just this mascara is really, really good. Today, no falsies at all. It gives me extension, it gives me definition, it gives me volume, it doesn't clump, and it's just a really good mascara for my lash type. It just grows them. And I don't find that I need to wear false lashes a lot of times when I wear this. It has this giant freaking brush, and usually that's really annoying, but for some reason it's just long more so than it is like girth wise. I don't know why that sounded sexual. Oh my god, I'm tired. But it just gets in there, it gets every lash. It doesn't feel super crispy to the touch and brittle. It does feel like it's holding my eyelashes up though, so that I look all awake and all that. Honorable mention too, because I just realized I don't have it anymore because I ran out. Well, it was getting old. The MAC Hot and Naughty mascara is waterproof. Bomb mascara as well. I'm gonna repurchase that, so I figured I'll shout out that as well. For a cheap alternative, guess who came in like a week ago? This is the e.l.f. Keep Your Curl mascara. I did a whole video on a bunch of e.l.f. products that I got recently, and this was like really good, like shockingly good. It's a $3 mascara. I don't even have words. It's just onomatopoeia. Just eyelashes are so long when I use this. And it's $3, so even if you don't like it, it's not like you wasted a lot of money. You know what I mean? It's not a huge investment. It's $3. Okay, we're almost done. We're just talking lip products. This was the year of sheer matte lipsticks or lip products in general and gloss. I haven't been really feeling like the super full lip looks, like blending with my fingers, very muted and natural and easy to wear and lived in, and or just wearing lip gloss. These didn't get nearly as much love as they deserve, considering how much I use them and just don't mention them a lot of times. These are the 16 brand finger pens. They also have a different type of finger pen, but I just don't like those as much. I don't like the color as much. Not the ones that look like this, the ones that are longer. Pen lip color, lip tint, that has like a sponge applicator at the end so that you can like work it into the lips. They give you this like sheer lived in kind of color. Like you can see my skin poking through. I've been really enjoying that kind of finish. Like it's matte, but it's comfortable. It's not like super dry looking. The colors that I wear the most, these more like beige, pinky, mauve-y color. Shocker, that's the only thing I wear. Brown, mauve-y colors. Hot Shot Pink, I believe is what it's called. Pink Shot. Can't read. Pink Shot. It's a blue pink. This is the only blue pink I will wear because it's so sheer and blended out. It's the only way that I think it looks good on me. I'm just not a huge pink person on the lips for me. Peach Bonbon Crush Red. Yeah, these are really easy to wear. I use a little bit of Crush Red in the middle of my mouth today. If you are wearing less makeup, it's a way to just perk up your face, but it doesn't look like, wow, you're wearing a lot of lipstick. You know what I mean? These are the, oh my God, I forget what these are called off the top of my head. And they covered the name of the product with the stamp, but it's like they're sheer velvet. And again, it's another one of those, like it's a matte, wearable, comfortable, livable lip color. That's what I'm wearing today with the 16 brand in the middle. It just looks very effortless. It's not like, oh well, had to perfect my line. It's just like I put some stuff on my mouth. Take it or leave it. These are the Glossier ones. This color is Leo. This is the one I've been wearing a lot of. Generation G lipsticks. Of them all, I feel like these are the most sheer. So if you're going for super sheer, actually look like you don't have anything on. Lip colors, like if you want to dupe somebody, these are a lot easier to do it with. These are a lot more of a gradual build up to that color. And last but not least is the Fenty Gloss Bomb. This is the original. I know she just came out with a new one. I'm gonna get that. I don't like the other one that much. It's not that great. But the original one, this is the most like effortless lip gloss ever. I don't know what to wear with my eye makeup. I'm gonna put this gloss on. I don't know what to wear when I go outside, but I don't want to be like completely no makeup on my face. I put the gloss bomb on. And God, does that smell good. It smells so good. Non-sticky. It's super moisturizing. It just looks good with everything. And that, my friends, dare I say, is all. If you guys found this video at all helpful, be sure to like the video, comment down below. Let me know what your products of this year have been, what have like knocked your socks off, which have changed your life, made it for the better, made it easier, made it wonderful. Don't forget to follow me on my social media, Instagram and Twitter, both of which are KennieJD, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.